Alright, guys. Welcome to the stream. I know nobody's watching yet, but this is going up for posterity's sake. Hawk wanted to see what I was doing, so I felt like I should come on here and let everybody see what's going on. Right now, I'm flying around trying to accomplish some missions that I have no idea how to accomplish, but we'll figure out what's going on here. You should be able to hear Hawk, hopefully.
Yeah, I hadn't said anything. You know what's weird is just on the PlayStation 4 interface for this,
Yeah.
it's being junky and doesn't show me your live stream. But
Really?
I'll wait a minute or two to just see. Yeah, you know.
Well,
I'm
it
sure
populated
it's
to
the
my
interface.
phone, but so PlayStation's being weird lately. I don't understand it.
Yes. Because I have you in my subscriptions, which everybody should do. There we go. Now it's there. I knew it was going to just be a laggy thing.
What's up, Krusty? This is Elite Dangerous. I am not doing anything interesting at the moment. Hawk saw that I was jumped into this.
What's going on,
you wanted me to
Krusty?
stream?
I had the same reaction the first time I saw him in, and then I went and looked in the store and was like, oh, this might be interesting. I'm sure I'm not going to end up doing it simply because of the time suck pulling away from what I like, but doesn't mean it's not good or interesting. So, Cap, I guess I have a couple super basic questions.
Okay. Ask away.
There was the basic, I think it was about $30 package, and then there was something around 50 for some extra goodies. Looked like maybe this season pass and some vanity junk. Which of the two did you get?
I went with the stuff with the vanity crap, mainly
Okay,
because the season pass has a lot of upgrades, and with those upgrades you can. All right, so I have to slow down because I don't want to fly into the star. Yes, this is No Man's Sky on steroids, but without the upgrades, you can't land on planets. So you get the season pass. They added that, I guess, recently. And let's see, conflict zone.
Now, can you just upgrade from one to the other?
You can. You can just get the season pass. I believe it's $25.
Oh, no, I know that. I was just curious whether there was a... Oh, you would know because you have a thing. I was wondering if within the menu here, if they had an upgrade. Because the other guy didn't. So he told me about the landing on planets. But I was also curious about the vanity crap. So...
I actually haven't played around with the vanity crap at all. Now let me.
What?
I have played a little bit. Let me correct myself. Have played a little bit here. Let me go to set the filters here. Find a station. Now to set distance there. So this is EVE Online with a better flight sim. That's the best way I've got to describe this at this point. The meme system, yes it is.
I can't believe that. Like, step one for me in anything is rarely actually playing the game, but just digging through the vanity crap. Step two is just do a mission or two. I'll often then restart the whole thing once I have an idea of how a mission or two will work.
Well, and actually, I've been wanting to just like redo everything, but I will show you some of the vanity shit. I haven't purchased anything outside of the base upgrade.
Right.
So there's stuff you can do to fully kit out a ship. It looks beautiful, but I have not done that.
So while it looks beautiful, it looks
Krusty,
to
I
me
agree.
like...
Step one, Hawk. play for over 2,000 hours. Step 2, rule the world.
It's funny because even Krusty's stuff, I'm on a good 5-second delay. So like,
yeah, and
while
that's
our
one thing that I
voices are
have
synced,
noticed.
even Krusty's comments come up to me a little bit late.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed a lot is that I'll see them first, and then you guys can see them. And even that, it takes me a while to see them sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so bring up the contacts here. I have to request docking, or else they'll shoot me out of the sky? If I don't really want to get shot out of the sky today. So you see that little orange spot that lit up there on the thing? That's the docking pad that I'm going to go to. So I always like to invert it so I can get a better angle of it. I had to change a few of the controls because for a while I was having a hard time flying because the yaw and the roll and the everything was all in one stick, and I'm like, oh god, this is awful. Like, I don't have a flight simulator like controller, so I am your controller, and if you just change a few things on your own, then it works out great. If not, then you are royally screwed. Alright, so let's slow down a little bit here. So this triangle is going to be where the back of my ship goes. So can I oh damn. Alright, so upside is this oh shit, too fast. Upside is this is a spaceship, so you can even go in reverse.
There's no just fucking auto dock.
There are computers for auto dock. I don't want to spend the money.
Yeah,
It's not even that much too. It's like the fact that I can dock on my own. Damn it. All right, so let's go into Starport Services here. And this is one of the smaller things. You can't buy any ships here. You can't buy any modules here. So I always want to refuel whenever you land in a new place. But the Hollow Me is one of the things that was an upgrade. And this is my character. I thought I changed the helmet to not always on. Okay, well, emergencies only.
Cool.
Yep.
I see that we have a similar aesthetic.
Yep. And
like I would have gone for something very similar looking. My
well,
dude would have looked different, but his helmet on and everything.
Yeah. So helmet on. Now you can change this. There's 2 helmets right now. I'm sure there's other ones you can get. And I think this one just looks stupid. Like if you're gonna be involved doing all kinds of wonderfulness here, which I pirate the fuck out, so I put my pirate decals on. You can come all the way down here. Skull a smiley face, because if you're gonna pirate, you might as well make sure they're happy. Yeah, that's exactly who he is. Now I think he might be the oh god, why am I forgetting the Mercury skin run.exe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the suit, because I purchased the upgrade, I get the flat colors here. So black, red, the blue, white, gray, green, right? Really simple. I also get the vibrant colors. So that is a little ostentatious for me. But orange, teal, purple, gold, gray, and green. Not really my thing. Now, this may put some people off. I'm a Texas Longhorn fan, so if I have to choose color, it would be the orange. But I prefer the black. Now, there's a whole lot of other ones that...
I think I would have too.
Yeah.
I might look at a dark gray if they have it, but
And actually, there's a couple that I'll show you
okay.
guys a bunch of them in here that they're pretty nice. You get all kinds of additional colors and stuff. Right now, there's nothing that you do. You sit in a cockpit and you can see yourself if you change the camera around. So you can see all these other changes that happen. But I'm not a huge fan of anything that, I don't know. Like if I'm going to shoot somebody else, which you can, there is a PvP mode. I haven't played around with it yet, but I plan on it. Now, the PvP mode, the ship you can see, but you can't see the other person. So if I'm going to spend money on something that is going to be visible to other people, it's going to be my ship. So you can watch me blow you out of the sky. That's what I want to do. So, now that isn't awful. The camos on here are interesting.
They're interesting, you know.
See, this one's not bad. It's like the Army Urban camo. But I'm going to choose the Marine Corps Desert camo every day. I love how it's camo. Hides you from nothing.
Yeah. No,
Alright,
it's just
so
a stylistic thing.
I heard recently that the Air Force is considering a purple camo. Like, what's the point? This one doesn't look terrible. This orange one right here.
That's in case they have one-eyed and one-horned flying purple people eaters to be able to blend in.
You know, most people wouldn't even get that. I don't think Krusty, you're what, 13? Krusty's gone. So I don't think that even Krusty would get that.
No, yeah, yes.
So I'm just gonna skim through these pretty quickly. I've already glanced at them, and there's a few down at the last of the list that I would consider getting. But if you see one that you like, I'll run it back.
No, so you can change your uniform. I get it. I assume you could change. Yeah, it looks like body and complexion, hair, face, head, cosmetics, blah blah blah. All right, so you get to control what your dude looks like. I get it.
But there's almost nothing with the whole cosmetic aspect of it. Now,
Those metallic red, metallic blue.
I'm gonna have to. Okay. These are considered classic. So since we're on such a delay, coming back.
Yeah, in
to
fact,
it.
there's a circle thing spinning. Right.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, well, now it's gone. So.
I tell you
Yeah,
what,
that I don't know. It was not that one. It looked a little bit more matte. But go down to one of the others in that same menu.
There it is. Okay. I think it's this one that you're talking about, the synthetic one or systematic.
Yeah, go to like the one to its left and below. Delays.
Yeah, okay. This is the Ascendant. I think this might actually be the one you're talking about. These are the top ones that they've got right now. Is the Ascendant ones, and I like them. The black one is actually very nice. All stupid shiny.
That right. The red one that you're on right now, the blue one, the black one. I'm curious to see each one of those. Those are not bad looking.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have anything with the shine or sheen, then it should look metallic. Yeah. So any of those are also cool. Oh, and I like the little pirate emblem on that.
Yeah, and so I mean I put the stripes on one side, and then I put the skull on the other. I want what I would do is I want the ability to spray paint the fuck out of this. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes Hawk's money. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so going through the custom creation here, there is somewhat of options, but they're not great. I remember going through like Morrowind years ago and making a much better character than I can make here. And I understand that there's smaller options. It's a new thing for him, but it's just not that great yet.
Move backwards. What is the last mail preset? Like that says 01, but rather than go to 02, see if you go backwards.
50.
Nah. Not
So
enough.
there are 50 presets. Through and just randomize complexion. I'm going back to 1 real quick. Yeah. Because 1 looks nothing like the person that I created. So reset there, and then you just go through. You've got rough, soft, heavy, veteran, smooth. Okay. So there's 4 there. Skin tone, there's 8 of them. Age, looks like 10. Ah, nope, not what I wanted. Skin details. What did I...
So, unless you want to goof around with the cosmetics of your dude, let's go on to the ship.
Cancel. Confirm.
Now,
Yes,
it didn't look to
Krusty,
me
there's a lot
like
of people
you
who
got
look
to
like zombies. There are a lot of zombie-looking motherfuckers.
Do you get to see other people, and do you get to see their ships much?
I am not... I'm currently playing in a buddy of mine's private group, and so I don't interact with other people now because I'm wanting to just make money. That's what I'm wanting to do, is ignore everybody else, just make a little money, and it's not worked out so well. So, but I can log in as open play, and then I interact with everybody else that is playing in open play. Okay, so let me go here.
Does that include being ganked, or is there open play without combat and then open play where you can get mauled?
Oh no, you can get mauled anywhere. There's actually an interdiction, so they can pull. There's a where you're going faster than the speed of light, and you out of that, and any game where you get through addiction, they try and for their addiction.
Later on, come on and watch around 17 minutes and listen to your voice skipping.
Yeah. Alright, so let me pull up the galaxy map here. I need to find a place that's got a large number of ships that I can purchase. Oh, let me
Can you even just see the one that you have right now?
The downside is I can't do any fitting in my current station. So because I can't do any fitting in my current station, that's a little dark there, Krusty. Not that bad though. Let me look here.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think somebody that young should have Krusty in their name. Because I hear Krusty, I immediately think Krusty the Clown, right? And
Yep.
so I think of the old copper smoke kind of voice, and then I watch his stream, and I'm like, what?
Okay. Economy. Now, what I'm looking for is high tech and military. So I'm going to take off everything else and apply these to my route. Now, where is the closest one? So highlight here, and then I'll just set find or plot route, and that's one jump away from me. So back out of this, then launch off the station. it's going to turn me around because generally all stations interact the same way, because this one is in space and launches directly into space. But there are some stations that will launch you into the middle.
A tube like Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I saw, and we were all like cringing at the inevitable scrape that was going to come up. Oh man, this is garbage.
What are you watching?
Well, like I said, I just woke up from a nap. It looks like I, Frankenstein on Sci-Fi Channel.
I have never even watched that. Like, I'm a fan of stupid sci-fi, and I have not watched that.
I am also a fan of stupid sci-fi, but this is, it exceeds my stupid limit. No,
I don't know who else jumped onto my stream. I saw 3 people for a second, and then they jumped back off. Alright.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a little bit of a delay for the counter, so people can't jump on before you even notice.
Alright, let's go hit up the station here. I'm assuming, I'm not 100%, but I'm assuming that we should be able to buy some ships here. So, looking at the ships, fitting out ships, it'll be able to give you a good look at what I'm flying right now. I'm flying... Yeah. There's the very first ship you come in with is called the Sidewinder. Sidewinder? Maybe. Anyway, it's a very simple ship, and so it's got like 2 gun spots. Every ship's got a power supply. It's got thrusters, everything like that, but it doesn't have any bells and whistles. But you get a free one if you blow up and you can't afford to buy a new ship. You get one straight off the bat. A lot of the names are fairly generic, but I mean, you've only got so many names to choose from, and the idea and the premise of this game, the backstory is that you are the, what is the year? 3300 or something like that, and so therefore you are able to go around the galaxy, but we all started off as human beings and on Earth, so a lot of the names come directly from Earth and different animals and things.
So the Hawkissimo is supposed to invoke a bird. I took Hawk and then added the Isimo, which is both in Spanish and Italian, and is generally applied. The reference that I know it from is like a Generalissimo, the general of generals. So Isimo sort of turns it into like maximum or much. So yes, I was trying to say all Hawk all the time. And then I added Hawk files that include it and then don't include it because of the tourney days playing 2 different games. I would run out of friends, so I had to have a profile dedicated to 40K and a profile dedicated to Guardians of Middle-earth. But then you've heard me, if anybody's watched my stream, they've heard me talking to my outside birds, because I live by the beach and I have 5 or more bird feeders up at any given time, so quite tons of birds.
Okay, so this is going to be the Galaxy Quest spaceport here. I'm coming in a little hot. Let me slow it down here. Because you can get in trouble for speeding. You speed too much, they'll fine you, and then if you don't pay your fine, eventually they'll shoot you. Now, I ain't scared, but I'd like to avoid blowing up unnecessarily. Ideally, you want to enter on the side that's got the green lights on it instead of the red lights. It's counter to most shipping lanes, but... Okay, 28. Because when you're entering a harbor, you go on the side of the red.
Really?
Yes.
How kind of...
Woo! Look at that landing. Stuck it.
You still haven't stuck it for me yet.
Just wait. You'll see it.
I know.
Okay, so... Let me come in here. Universal... If I've got anything that I found... I can make a little money. Nope, nothing I got there. Okay, so... I don't have very much money on me right now. But I can go through the ships that they have here. And I can show you what they got. So, the Sidewinder is only going to be 32,000 credits. Very simple. Not very fast. It doesn't have a large jump range. Small shield, small armor. It's actually got better armor than what I've got now. But it's an all-around just okay ship. Doesn't do anything special. Here's a hauler. Exactly what it says it's going to do. It's got a much better cargo room. This one starts off with 8. And I'm assuming that you can probably upgrade that by another 4. Because you can add storage room for cargo and for passengers.
Yeah.
The adder. I mean, it gives you a brief description about a lot of the stuff here. If you actually sit there and read it.
Yep.
But the adder is simply a Sidewinder with better cargo capacity. If I'm going to get anything, it's going to be damage. That's what I want to play around with. The
Damage?
Diamondback.
How's damage going to help you make money?
You actually go kill bounties. So, go collect bounties, and you can get money pretty quickly. I went and did that for the first about 45 minutes I played the game. I just took my Sidewinder out and worked on getting bounties. It's a little cheesy, but if you just get like last hits, just like you do in Smite, and you get the money out of it, and then go back. I made, what was it, about 1.3 million in that first hour. So it was enough to buy a nice ship. Not exactly what I wanted, but a good start. So Diamondback Scout, Type 6 transporter. Starting to get into a lot larger transporting there, which is a really good way to make money. Explorer. Okay, so the Diamondback looks like it's long range travel. 15, yeah.
Show me the Millennium Falcon.
I'm currently flying an Eagle, so is that close enough?
Eagles are alright. They're not as cool as Hawks, but...
True. Transporter, Federation Assault Ship, Type 9 Heavy. Okay, so they don't have some of the stuff here that I really want. The Type 9 Heavy is going to be one of the largest ships in the game, and just base, it starts off with a cargo capacity of, what does that look like, 180, 190?
So I see. If you see numbers that are red, it's worse than what you have. Blue, it's better than what you have.
Yes. Oh, so 220, yeah. So gives a pretty easy way to look at it and see immediately, is this better, is this worse? Now, I don't see anything that's faster. Okay, the Scout's going to be faster. Maneuverability is worse, but I'm sure I could put on a better thruster and get that Scout going pretty darn quick.
Oh, I just thought of a chintzy question, but
Okay.
I want to know whether it works. So, in the theory of last hit, Would it be possible to just buy a super small, super fast, kill-stealing spaceship? Like, I'm not here to actually burst you from 100 to 0. I'm here when somebody else has already done a bunch of damage to just get a couple quick shots in and then fly the fuck out of there before they switch targets.
That's what the ship I have right now is, essentially. The downside is with the Eagle, I'm pretty quick and I can do a decent jump range, but it's not good for much except for getting into and out of a fight. So there are faster ships, there are all that, but this is really small. Now, for this one, it's only got 3 hard points. Hard points are what you do to put weapons on the game. Yeah. So I went with pulse lasers. These all are gimbaled, meaning if I'm pointing my ship forward in the direction of the target that I want to fire at and just pull the trigger, they will track on their own. There are also other ones called turreted, which will track 360 degrees around your ship for you. Right. Upside and downside of that, there's fixed, there's gimbaled, there's turreted. So the fixed ones do a lot of damage, but you have to put your ship directly on point to hit them. The gimbaled do a little less damage, and you only have to put it in like the 90-degree arc in front of you. The turreted do a lot less damage, but they'll hit anything. So, and I'm using a chaff launcher right now. Chaff is like anti-lock-on, essentially. So if they are hitting me with their gimbaled or turreted stuff, I launch the chaff and it knocks them off for just a little bit.
Yeah, chaff literally is throwing junk up to pull the locking mechanisms off missiles, which are looking for heat-seeking targets, etc., and have it hit that instead.
Exactly.
It's a junk thrower.
So I almost went with a kill warrant scanner instead. The reason I didn't is I've been targeted a lot more than necessary, I think. So I decided to go with the chaff. But kill warrant scanners, you start off with a basic scanner and it gets the information from this system. The kill warrant, trash guns. The kill warrant scanners are able to scan from different systems within range. So they will scan and see if somebody's got a bounty on their head from, say, 2 or 3 systems over. So therefore you can get more bounty for each one you kill.
Huh. Well, what's weird about chaff is it's not even exclusive to flight, but subs would be able to release chaff to pull torpedoes off.
Yes.
Right?
So it's very common in this. Then also, let me go back to utility mounts real quick. There are the ECMs, essentially just missiles and torpedo ordnance, and it causes them to lose their lock. So chaff does it with anything that locks onto you, and the ECM is specific for missiles and torpedoes. And I know there's one other, like a point defense, so that way if missiles or torpedoes are coming at you, it will target those and shoot them at you, or shoot them down for you.
So, I guess so far everything that I've seen from both your stream and the other one I was watching is very much emulating a first-person sort of instance. So the strength is it's easier to aim, blah blah blah, but you don't get to see your own cool stuff. I'm curious if they have the option to, when I'm in battle, I basically want to just say, you know, I'm going to let the computer guidance shit do it all. And since that's true, I don't need my first person view. Pull out and give me the third person view so I can watch this epic space battle.
There is the ability. Oh, I'm trying to remember how to do it. Well, see, I'm gonna have to figure it out real quick. So you can bring up. So I can actually look at my ship. No. Okay. I can look at my ship all around, see what's going on here. And your free camera. Oh. So here's my cockpit. During combat, I can actually look around in not 360 degrees, but almost 100. Because I can look straight up and off to the right and to the left. Essentially like the view I am doing right now. So that gives you the ability to look at your target, track them down just like you would with a fighter plane in the air.
Yeah, so when you're in ship combat, you at least get to see the coolness of the other ship, or the suckness, as it may be. But you're still having to manually engage in the combat, and your view is obscured by the crap of your own cockpit, etc.
Yes.
Whereas what I'd almost like is to pull out to the spectator mode for that. So I'll give a comparable. In Madden football, for instance, there's actually more than... In times past, you used to be able to lock yourself in a particular position and play in the first-person view. Now, obviously, that's freaking crazy, right? So, if you were a wide receiver, it meant that you were literally looking at the CB that was across from you.
Yeah.
And you could glance out. And nobody plays that way, right? So we all play with that third-person perspective with the camera locked behind and around the QB and go from there. There's also, you can simply turn it on so the computer plays the computer in sim and change the camera to TV mode. So rather than being back behind one particular team, you're off on the side, like you're in the stands, or more specifically watching at home, and get that TV kind of broadcast. The difference is what you emphasize as a point of fact of the game experience. You know, so I don't mind selecting the missions, I don't mind kitting out my ship and whatnot, but yeah, you know, I didn't grow up playing a lot of flight simulators, so you know, I'm very familiar with Thrustmaster brand controllers and whatnot, but I didn't own them, and so I don't want to just... That to me feels like a bother, whereas if I could just kick it out into spectate mode, that'd be cool. Now, of course, sometimes you die because, you know, maybe that thing isn't as good as me, but it would give you that space opera feel whenever there was battle, rather than the fighter pilot experience.
True.
I'm less interested in the fighter pilot experience.
Okay, so this is all the stuff you can do to... Ooh. Let's browse what you can do for the dashboard. And oh, well, only microphone audio is being broadcast right now. Well, this is the downside of jumping in here, and you can't see it. So, oh, yeah. So they have flags that your ship can like be painted out with literally the Canadian flag, the Finnish flag, the Denmark, Belgium, Australia, Austria. So I'm sure that there's a whole lot of them, but those are the ones I can see right now. Ooh, that's a good question. And I can put bobbleheads onto the dashboard there. So those are interesting. Let's see. Ship kits. So you can slightly, and I mean slightly, change the outline of your ship. So you can put, oh, some of these look cool. Like the Raider. How much does this cost? So I can add spikes, additional spikes onto my ship. Alright, so I'm back out of that. But there's a whole lot of stuff you can add to it looks like. That is pretty interesting.
So far, it sounds like you have different ship types, classes, varying the hard points, which affects offense and defensive capabilities that you can add to your ship. You can also within each ship type, some of them allow you to increase the cargo size or maybe the engines so you can go faster, that sort of stuff.
Yes.
You have cosmetic vanity crap, as I always call them. So, you know, putting spikes on your ship makes it look cool, but it doesn't actually have an in-game effect.
Yeah.
Or does it?
To the best of my knowledge, it doesn't have an in-game effect.
Yeah.
If it does, I'm actually going to be a little annoyed because then that's pay to win.
Yes.
And I've never been a huge fan of pay to win.
Correct. No, pay to win sucks because then everybody would lose because there are people like me that if I ever got serious about it, I'd just outspend you.
Yeah.
Die 13-year-olds. Ask your mom for $10. I have hundreds.
Landing successful. Engines disengaged. Enjoy
One of the few times that old men get to assert video game dominance is pay to win.
Alright.
Yeah, it's all skippy again, but that's fine. So, if you had a mission to transport people, it's not like you're literally watching them board your ship and whatnot, right? It's or transport cargo, you know, it's all just, all right, well, the cargo's been loaded, the people have been loaded.
Yeah. And so you don't actually see that happen. I know that they were trying to do that in Eve when I was getting ready to leave. When I stopped playing it. And it didn't work. It's one really with that, or you're wanting people to like really super excited about the graphics and really cool thing they're trying to do, but it's not what people came to the game for. And so I'm concerned that if they go that route to try and stop the ship real quick. Don't fly into the thing. Alright. I'm concerned that if they were to try and go that route, that it would just end poorly.
Now, you were breaking up a ton, but yes, if it's two very different directions, right? One is much more of a single player experience and emulates like Star Wars, the movie, right? So you're going to be at the cantina, the old man and the boy are looking to hire a ship, you know, there's that interaction, but at the end of the day, if you're a space combat game, then all of that's just a friggin' waste of time, right?
Yeah. So I have
But
played,
if you're in a campaign mode, and yeah.
So I think there's merit in both. So what
Absolutely.
is your game for? What is the point of your game? Is it for the battle? You heard the ship's captain. Oh shit! So I jumped too.
Yes, and I think that the combat version will have broader appeal, unfortunately, for me, because I'm less interested overall in a flight sim. If I was going to get into a flight sim, I'd probably want to do it with, you know, World War One biplanes and whatnot.
Okay, so I came into a area here just to show what's going on. Where are you figuring out? Get in for it. He's already got his shields down. And his half health. His armor, so. This an active or he's a couple levels above you. So he's probably ignore me.
What are you in there just trying to steal lessons?
Oh yeah.
Target destroyed.
And that gave me... Okay, well... Come give... Of course, they...
Federal Navy is probably not going to be too happy with you.
Nope. Here. Get out of here.
Man, I wish your mic wasn't so skippy.
Cannot comply.
So did you get anything out of all that?
No. And gone to a conflict zone before. So that didn't have a bounty on it. It said wanted, and so I assumed that it did.
Right.
When I decided to kill it, it didn't actually. So I'm gonna see if I can't find a better place to go bounty hunting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I just wanted out of there, so when I jumped, it didn't take me very far. Fast good with the stream there, with the slipstream. Now, oh. So this map with no filters on it.
Yeah.
And literally, here is the Milky Way galaxy. This is all explorable. So, and this is pretty much the area that I have been in. It's right there. So, there's a lot more to do. Looking at the trophies, one of the trophies is to come here, to this area, to the very center of the Milky Way, Sagittarius A. And then another one is Home Sweet Home Visit Sol, but a buddy can get in there until I've got a better ship. So that's going to be a while before I can get into it. Which, I'm actually not far from Seoul, if I can find it. Okay, so there is Seoul, and I am currently right here. So it's really not that far at all, in the grand scheme of things. Now, what was I working on? Alright, so I got a bunch of friends that are hanging out down here. Now, this applies to the course that I'm taking here. You see the orange line all the way down here? The solid lines are the ones that I have jump fuel for. When I get the Crucius sector, whatever, I run out of jump fuel. So I can't make that jump if I don't have enough fuel. I can change this to a more economical path and it gets me a little farther, but I'm still going to run out of fuel. Upside is, I know in this system right here, whatever. I'm not even trying tonight. It's stupid words. That I can get more fuel there. So that's still going to put me... How many jumps out is that? 27 jumps? It's not too bad. I could have made it there already.
Where's the 27? Why am I not seeing?
When I cut back out of the galaxy map, you'll see it there, and it says route. Then it tells me how many jumps I've got.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
And I couldn't figure it out at first, and I was in the galaxy map like, where is it at? My buddy goes, dude, just hit circle, back out. I'm just going to abandon all these because lucrative, it can make me some money. I was having a hard time with them, and don't really care all that much.
I guess from a strategic standpoint, one of the things to figure out is fuel is always involved, and running out of fuel is bad.
Yes.
So you're trying to figure out how, certainly in the early part of the game, it's not about what's fun. It's about trying to maximize credits per gallon, or liter, if you prefer.
Yeah.
Right? So, if I engage in this kind of mission, on average, I'm getting this amount of credit for this amount of fuel, and minutes of actual real time, right?
Yes.
So, those are the factors that I tend to want to pick apart. And then once you do whatever the hell you do that gets you the best return on your real-time in terms of both fuel and rewards, because even if it's not the most fun, because you simply want to get better crud. And then once you've gotten better crud, you can start to do the missions that you enjoy more, even if they're not as economical.
True. And so, while to learn in Eve, and so you see up here at the right, it said the discovered one new astronomical object. What I can do is, that's the star in this system. I can go and scan that star, and it will give me maybe 1,000, maybe even 2,000 credits if I can get to a system that actually wants that information.
Right.
What? Why? I don't want to drop out. I want to go to Slipstream. Okay. Oh, there we go. That works. But that's not worth my time. I did that like 5 times in a row, and I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and so because of that, I ended up dying, having to self-destruct my ship because I got stranded in the middle of nowhere. And if you get stranded without any fuel, you will die. Now, there was a way I could have like gotten on the Reddit and Reddit forum somewhere. I don't remember.
Right, and said hello.
Get on them there Reddits. No, not this one. And they could have sent somebody down to me, which would have been nice, but I didn't think about doing this. Which one did I look at? Okay, that is...
I'm gonna
star
be right
type.
back.
There it is. Star type. I need a specific type of star. Okay, so I can refuel here. So there is a little phrase that I heard called KGB foam. So KGB FOAM. Those are the type of stars that I can refuel off of. And I actually had to buy a fuel scoop to do that. Originally trying to just make the system that had a station that I could buy fuel in, and there are too few in between in certain parts of the galaxy. Now, other parts of the galaxy, every single system has at least one or 5 different stations, but not everyone does. So I'm really looking forward to finding a system where I can show you guys the bounty hunting, because that is where in Eve doing that when I wasn't pirating, and so like that's probably where I'm going to make my bread and butter between pirating. So obviously I can't do a whole lot of pirating in solo play. So I have to go to open play to be able to play. So mine's still getting pretty bad.
Alright.
Am I still cutting out pretty bad?
Are you what?
Cutting out pretty bad?
No.
Okay. So clearly, from a technical standpoint, understanding the coding requirements, it's jumping from one system, one cluster, to another. But in Eve and most other ones, okay, so here I'm doing a fuel scoop. And most other ones, they tell you how the science works that you jump from one system to another. But in this one, I haven't seen it explained. I mean, could be I just haven't dug into the lore enough yet, but that's one of the things that interests me is faster than light travel, but why are you then jumping from system to system to system?
Right.
Instead of one continuous burn. So doing this fuel scoop can take a little while. You want to avoid overheating. As soon as I hit 100%, the stuff that's lowest priority starts shutting. The further up I get, the more stuff shuts down. You have to set your priorities, or else you get to 100% and everything shuts down, and then good luck. Like, oh, your life support shut down too. You're just dead in the water. I think life support and your cockpit hatch is the 2 things that don't shut down. Maybe your power, something. I have to look. But most everything else will just like automatically, nope, we're done. Thank you.
Yeah. It's interesting because you're consuming fuel to scoop fuel.
Yeah. And I haven't tried just slowing down and getting really slow and just sitting there, but I would assume that that's probably not going to be the best way to go about it.
I don't know.
But the fuel consumption, you can see on the right there, is 1.2 per hour in this speed. So I can pretty much fire my guns in this mode. I can go as fast as I want in this mode of travel, and it's still 1.22 per hour. And
Gotcha.
I'd have to look up exactly how much I have, because I don't know off the top of my head. But it's considerable. So it would take me a very, very long time, probably a couple days to run. Whereas I do one jump, and I run out of fuel a lot faster. Because you see down in the bottom right, there's the fuel, and the blue is what's going to disappear at my next jump. Oh.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So three bars of light will get consumed by doing that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm going to look here in the system map and see. Okay, so you see the planets with the rings here. These are the ones that are most likely to have resource points. And where's your type? Helium, icy body. So I don't. How many more jumps do I have? I have 21 more jumps. Ah, screw it. Let's go play around in here real quick. Because if I can find one, then I can show you a little more effectively here. Gas giant with ammonia-based life. Ooh, ammonia-based life. Let's go there.
So the four symbols that, well, there's a select, and then it looked like maybe how many jumps or something it was, and then a flag, and what is that garbage?
So there's select, there's set path, which since I'm already in this system, I don't need to set a path for, because that's a jump path.
Okay.
There's bookmark, and then there's planet information. So just
Okay.
more details on that system or planet. And I hope you don't get vertigo, because I'm just going to fuck with you right now. I love spinning in the middle of space, because why not? But there are more things that you can get, but I don't see them often enough. And I'm doing that up and down so I don't go past the planet. I'm going a little fast there, a little faster than I wanted to. And so I'd have just flown right by, which sucks because then you gotta do a full loop to get back. If I just go up and down, then it's really quick to slow myself down. Alright.
An independent pilots consortium.
A resource extraction site. Low hazardous. Low doesn't get me a whole lot. Yes, independent pilots consortium. Love it. Okay, which planet was that on? Let me set my filters here. Okay. I'm working on trying to figure out exactly what does what here. So,
Yep.
landfall plants. Not what I want.
I guess in all these open world systems, you know, part of the trick is to find the stuff that you don't find tedious and avoid the things that you do.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are going to be missions of all different types. But if riding a horse forever just to get from point A to point B, you find boring and you don't stop to hunt and do other weirdo stuff, then you know, you don't want to do those missions.
Exactly. And that's with every game type. It's hard to get everybody to like everything you do. But with especially with this game type, I mean, this is an MMO. It's just a first-person flight simulator MMO. So there is a lot of stuff that could go really not good. So I've played WoW, I've played EVE, I've several other MMOs, and there's always that fine line finding what works and what really and what I'm interested in. And I've always been a little hesitant for the resource gathering bullshit. And so with this, it's bounty hunting. It's still combat, but it's very much a grind to get money.
Yeah.
Alright. What do we got here? Okay. Alright, so that one's hazardous. I don't want to go there. Low, low. Why not? This one's closer. Alright, so bottom left you see distance and speed. The blue, if I get both of those lines in the blue, then I can come out of the slipstream. What were you going to say?
So I'm sorry. If you get them both into the blue, you'll get what?
I can come out of slipstream. Now, I can emergency drop out at any time. Downside is, I believe it can do damage to your.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say on a completely different topic. How are you building Thanatos these days?
Oh, I haven't played him in a while. I actually diamond him when the Shield of Regrowth was still a huge thing. Okay, so dropped out into the asteroid field here, as you see. All this kind of stuff. So I was playing him very much with that as my second item, I think. Maybe
Yeah,
second or
I
third
think
item.
boots into that was very common.
Yeah, but right now I couldn't tell you. I would say probably a pin build because very ability based.
Yeah. Yes, I was looking at it as, you know, what I would use for a Loki build, which is all just power pad.
Okay, so these guys, I'm not going to straight up attack. I'm going to wait for somebody else to get here because they're strong chips to me. Point. Because I very much no power comparatively to them.
But you're a better pilot. Take them out.
I hope I'm a better pilot. I can't promise I'm a better pilot. Now, if you see any green show up in the system, those are going to be the stop running away from me. They're going to be the cops, essentially.
They're gonna be the what?
The cops.
Ah,
So,
okay.
Cops show up. Cops help you fight the bad guys. System Authority vessel. Good. System Authority, where are you at?
Ooh, that's what you should name your ship.
What's that?
System Authority vessels. Leave me alone, don't shoot me, bastards.
So I think I just saw some fire over here. Yep, there's firefight. And I didn't even get there in time. Are you kidding me?
This chick could say, yeah. I was just gonna say, is he done for? The answer is yes.
This is the downside of coming to a low. These guys are not worth as much when they're smaller ships. Not quite as small as my ship, mind you, but fairly small ships. And they're going to be taken down pretty quickly. Okay, what do we got going on here? Eagle. It's only an eagle. Dumbfire. Stop dumbfiring. Okay, so that is a firefight. Jesus, dumbfire. Is it killing stuff that quick that I can't even find? You guys suck. Almost gonna shoot you. Could just be stupid and chase these guys around, hoping to find them with something, but
I want to see your ship get damaged because you hit alien.
because I what?
You hit alien. As she just ended up Sigourney Weaver just popped her off in space, but she's still alive and just crashed into her.
Seriously. Okay, so this is an Anaconda. It's the number 3 strongest ship in the game. And it's out here doing system security work. So that's nice. But the ships in this game are not huge. The Anaconda. They're not huge. That was one of the things about EVE Online is there were some massive ships. Like the ones I'm flying in right now, there was those as well. I'm not gonna get to see that either. Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
Right, so there's no, like, Imperial destroyer. So, like, when your movie opens and you see these 2 ships flying and you're like, oh, that's cool, that huge ship.
Sadly, no. Like, that's one of the things that I think this game might be lacking is just the massive ships. difference that I'm gonna continue comparing this to Eve because it's A, what I know, and B, it's really the closest thing I've seen to this so far. And there was skill levels, like you had to unlock abilities over time to be able to fly different ships, where in this you just have to make money. So I think that there's upsides and downsides to that.
I don't know, man. Luke Skywalker was pretty good, but using his land speeder, it didn't seem to translate over.
That's true. Very true. So, don't want to go to hazardous. This is slightly annoying because. Alright.
Is there a bank?
There is not so much a bank as like one place you go to get money, but you bank money in your.
I guess what I'm asking is, if you had, I don't know, 5 million credits that you had not spent, but you run out of fuel, you self-destruct. When you start over, do you still have that 5 million credits?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that stays there. Now,
Okay.
there is. Well, as soon as I get a speaker and show you, in your transactions here, I have the claims right here. It's a very small number, so I'm not even worried about it. But the claims of 8,000 bounty, right? That
Yeah.
I will not be able to do anything with until I turn it in. So I've got a claim there, but if I die, that goes away. As does,
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's not in there. I don't remember exactly where it's at, but there is a astronomic data. So all the stars that I could have scanned, but I didn't,
Yeah,
those go away as well. So, because those disappear, lose a lot of money. Now, they did
if
recently.
you're doing those things.
If you're doing those things, there is a lot of money to be made for like long-range scanning. So, like going out and exploring edges of the galaxy that nobody's seen so far. You can make a lot of money if nobody else has ever turned in something for that area. But if somebody has turned in something for that area, then it's not nearly as much.
Right. So the reason I'm asking, of course, is, hey, that big ship that you saw that was doing guard duty. Now, just because the hull is a certain size doesn't mean that he's actually utilized all the hard points, right? Thing to consider. The second is, what's the downside of, or do they even allow you to just take your Zero and smash it into battleships sitting at Pearl Harbor?
Yes, and I have done that. That's how I got a bounty the first time. I actually shot it, and then I was like, fuck this. Like, you put a bounty on my head, I'm gonna ram it into you.
Ah, crap, your voice just got skippy. So I heard that you were like, fuck this, I'm just gonna ram into you.
Well, they took all the damage, and like it barely dented their shield, but it blew my ship up.
Okay.
So I didn't do nearly enough damage to actually cause their death. But had I been an equal-sized ship or had like a ridiculously strong hull, maybe then.
Right.
Because I can add armor on this ship.
Yeah, can you make a ramming ship relatively cheap?
Hull integrity.
What's it?
Warning. Taking damage.
And I ask because, I don't know, it had to be 1990, 91, back before there were big internet providers that were popular. AOL was still new and growing, but you had local bulletin board services, or BBSs, that you would call. And one of the games that I played was Trade Wars, and there was one BBS in the area that could have 4 people online at the same time, because he had 4 phone lines. And in Trade Wars, you know, the point of the game was to fly around, mine stuff from planets, and then sell them at other places. There was a race of aliens that you could end up bumping into and getting into fights with, you know, a couple other things. But what I soon discovered was the trade aspect was simply a mechanic to allow you to grow your ship. But really the way to make money was by daily logins. You'd have the shot at getting discounts on fighters, and you could only hold so many, or finding, you know, 1 or 2 of these rare things. But I learned very quickly that by not trying to eke out every little gold piece for these transactions, you could basically copy paste and hot string a whole bunch of commands to trade at suboptimal prices, but still reasonable prices. That way that would go really fast. And I turned into a little terrorist. And so I changed the very way that people ended up having to play that game, because I was willing to die to attack you, to weaken you, so next day I could spend a little bit of my time rebuilding up my new ship. I knew where you were, I'd go attack you again and kill you and get all this stuff, and I could just rinse and repeat that. Of course, I had an eclectic schedule then, like I always do. So I was willing to stay up until the reboot happened and log in the very minute. So, like, unless you were ready to be hardcore, you were doomed if I found you. And it didn't matter whether you had the maximum amount of fighters and I only had, you know, 20% of that. I'm just gonna suicide against you.
Well, and that right there is something that I have not. I stopped playing a lot of games like that for a very long time. Oh man, I'm trying to remember one that it's bugging me now. Anyway, there was one game that I played that, like, if you logged on exactly when your thing came, then you could do a fuck ton better. But if I decided to, like, go drinking for a night and didn't log on one single day, or like 1 6-hour period, then I'm going to lose. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck that.
Yes, heaven forbid somebody go away for a weekend.
Yeah.
Now, you still had to find them, and the plotting was, you know, not straightforward, and, you know, people try and tuck themselves down little one-way corridors, so they were much less likely to be found, etc. But, yeah, I guess I'm not sure what I would like about this game yet. I understand why it has appeal, because basically it's a flight simulator, and you get some missions. So I think ultimately it's a combat game. I think anybody whose long-term plan is, I'm going to take missions to be an Uber and deliver passengers from point A to point B, or cargo from point A to point B, should probably think about a different game, because they're fucking crazy.
Well, and there's people that play this game that I guess are religious about it, but they do it. They have just made so much money that they want to help other people out, so they go and just donate their time, money, and effort to make sure that you don't run out of fuel. I mean, like, good on you, but that is not why I'm playing this game. Sorry. Like, I'm playing this game because I like space combat. I do. Just the idea of space combat. And this is not realistic, but it is more realistic than anything I've seen.
Yeah.
And pretty fucking book.
And for me, in a space combat game, I almost want a turn-based one. And you heard that early, because I said, hell, given the choice, I just put everything on the fucking computer. I outfitted the ship, but yeah. I'd rather just pull out and have the cinematic mode kick in whenever that occurred and be like, yeah, that was cool. Look how cool my ship looks.
I'll be right back. I have to run to the restroom because I can't hold it any longer.
Yep.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that Krusty hung out as long as he did.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not doing anything interesting right now. I'm literally just traveling from point A to point B, and you can watch.
Yeah.
But hang out.
Right, and there are people who probably find that, you know, like shit. They want to go into cinematic mode and just, or not even cinematic mode, but like just skip ahead, man.
Yeah.
I want to shoot stuff.
Well, and that was one of the things that I did like about Eve, is that I could do that. I could just set my stuff to auto jump for me. Now, it became very dangerous because it jumped you at like 100,000 and you slow boated in, and if you were going to get ganked by pirates, that was when you were going to get ganked by pirates, was that first 100,000 out.
Right.
And since I was a pirate, I knew exactly not to do that. So I never did that after like my first week in the game. But a lot of people did, because they don't want to do this manual flying to one point to the next point to the next point. Because right. I've got 15 more jumps to go, and like I'm ready to bang my head on a wall.
Yeah.
Because this is not why I play this game. I do not play this game to jump into new systems and see. Like, I play this game because I want to shoot somebody. That's
yeah,
why.
and I would probably be more interested if there was more campaign mode storyline interacting with the passengers, problems with the cargo, that kind of, I basically want to play a Star Trek episode every time I play.
Yeah. Well, and there is, like, the new system they put in place with the passengers, where you actually pick up passengers and take them to a place, and I haven't done it, but it's very lucrative, so you can make that your entire business. Like, that's all you do.
No. But I mean, like, where you end up finding out that your passenger is Princess Leia for the Resistance, and and then the next time they're actually a bunch of freaking scumbags who are going to try and take over your ship from inside, and those sorts of things. I mean, bona fide interaction with, where not everything is always straightforward. And sure, there are plenty of times where you're just bringing them from point A to point B. Maybe even you frequently have the same passengers and you develop relationships. So, if you offer them a discount every now and then they may come to you more often, send business your way, those sorts of things. Come on, man, get up.
The level of detail that would require for something like that would be ridiculous.
Oh,
now,
yeah, of
do I
course.
think it's doable? Yes. Do I think that
Absolutely.
any game designer out here wants to do that nowadays? Fuck no. Because that is a lot of fucking work. I love that I've hit 3 stars in a row that I can fucking get fuel off of. Because after hitting I think I hit 7 or 8 in a row that I couldn't, and running out of fuel and having to fucking kill myself, like, that is terrible.
Now, if you did run out of fuel, how much real time could you just sit there? Oh, what a header.
I have 5 minutes of life support, so that kicks in. The emergency life support will kick in after everything else is run out. And then, I'm trying to remember exactly how long I would have. So if I literally ran out of all my fuel, I'd have 5 minutes until, like, I died.
Yeah, not enough time, in other words.
Yeah. But if I was close to something, now I can't tell how far that jump's going to be too far to show you. But there is a lot of jumps that I have found that, like, short ones, like 1.1 light year away, right? Well, if they're that close, I can get going really, really quick, because the farther I get away from any gravity that's holding me back, like the star, you see the number here just to the right of the map there? That is my speed. So, you see
4 point blah blah, 5 point blah blah blah.
Yeah, the one that just keeps growing like that. That is my speed.
Yeah.
So I've gotten that up over 300. So it went...
Okay.
And actually, if you look, I'm at 7 point whatever light years away, and I can reach that next system if I don't go to the shift, the phase shift, whatever. I will reach that system now in like 100 days. Real time. And I will keep going faster, because I'm only going, 25 when I said that? And I was going 25 when I said that, and now I'm at 33, and it's at 86 days. So you can get there, because I use a lot less fuel doing it this way. But phase shift is just so much faster.
What, you don't want to just pilot that thing and not log in for however many days?
I think I might actually make it there because you keep going faster. I think I might make it there in a pretty decent time. Now, there was a YouTube video I saw the title of. As soon as I searched Elite Dangerous on YouTube one time, I have gotten 300 different Elite Dangerous videos pop up on my thing. Which I find is very interesting that it knows me well enough to know that, oh, you played a new game. Let's advertise this new game to you a lot. But there was one that somebody has gone like 280,000 light years out of the galaxy. Like, they're just going away at as fast as they can, and the game is just letting them continue to go. So I guess they like have the fuel stores they built up as large as they could and are just going. So,
is there any advantage to playing at the same time your friends are online?
Yes. If I had anybody online that had this game right now, then we could join together in a wing, and there is harder content. I haven't gotten to it yet. Obviously, I've been playing for like 3 days now, 2 days now. But the harder content is much easier if you have more people, because if you join a wing, you can get 3 different people shooting the same target. Dies a lot quicker than.
Sure. But they don't deliver passengers faster.
This is true. This is very true.
But I guess if everybody's doing missions in the same basic area and somebody does fuck up with your buddies has a much better chance of being close enough that they could bail you out.
Yes, and that's something that they didn't have in the game originally, that they only added, I guess, about January timeframe. Maybe even February timeframe. They said that they added that if you ran out of fuel, you're fucked, you're on your own. And they just added it that you can now interact with other people to get fuel. Which seems to me like, why the fuck did you not have that in the original game? Like that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And even if there were galactic police that might be in the area, but they'll be like, well, I'll come save you, but I want whatever the hell is on your hardpoint.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it. You get to make a decision. Do you want to be dead? In which case, I'm still going to come in. I'm going to take it after you're dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to like this game, but I think there's a lot of stuff for me not to like about this game as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see. We'll just kind of see how it goes.
Yeah. I have not got my cutesy chest today.
You know what? I have not gotten a cutesy chest all weekend.
I got one Friday. I missed Saturday.
Cutesy chest is not enough for me to come back and play. Like, I logged in to get my daily bonus, and I'm at favor again because I missed my fucking daily, my 35 gym one too, actually was the one I missed. So mad about that. I was like one of those things where like, oh. Like, that shouldn't happen ever.
Yeah.
So when I get to this place, I think I'm just gonna get off of Elite for a little bit, because I have been playing this now for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I even played a little bit earlier today, obviously.
Yeah, I saw you on earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I was I know I played a couple games of Smite earlier today, but like, you know, I was simultaneously watching a movie, not really. Yeah, I haven't won a game today, as I'm looking at first wins of the day.
Well, let's see how long this takes me to get there. 'Cause I am... The rate I'm going, I'm 9 jumps out, so it shouldn't take me too long. Oh shit, shit, shit. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I forgot about that. So if you start doing your phase shift before you're away from the star enough, it will not effective for actual flying. Well, more effectively, not effective for the human being inside the burning wreck that is now flying through space. So, since nobody else is watching right now, I'm going to stop the stream.
Yeah,
I
go
hope
ahead, because I left anyway.
Hope that whoever watches this for posterity enjoys my attempt at playing this game that is Elite Dangerous. And I will see you guys if and when I do this ever again.
Two